Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to evaluate the podcast generated by Google Notebook. I'm going to do the following steps. First of all, I get to the text information I need. Is this economic bulletin issued by European Central Bank? And I insert into the ML notebook, inserting the source part, and let the notebook generate the conversation. So this would be a podcast style voice recording. Then I'm going to get the transcript like you see on the right hand side. Then I put it ChatGPT to evaluate the whole recording. And eventually we are going to see the comparison between the two text blocks. So first of all, if you want to do such kind of test, you need to first find the text information you want to analyze. This one, I choose this page because from the URL, we have the text information of the whole report ready manipulated. And if you insert in ML Notebook, whenever you add a resource, see here, we can copy the link directly to load it. After loading it, we can see notebook guide, and we have audio overview and a summary. So today my interest is to analyze this audio generated. So if I click load, it will start generate. I'm going to show you the result right hand side. So after generate this audio file, I'm download. Then I go to my Microsoft Word interface, and I can use the transcribe function to load this audio file. And as you can see, after transcription, you can see all the text information. Of course, if you have other tools, you can see how it goes. So now I have the text block originate ML go, and now we are going to evaluate this podcast quality with the original text as shown here. So first of all, I save transcript audio file and ask the model to wait. So basically you can see here a text information and ready to use. Then I copy text official website. I ask the model to find similarity, find difference, highlight any statistical number in a table. So this is the whole text information. Of course, it's much longer than podcast text information. Now here we see this is a detailed comparison between the two texts. Text 1 is the transcript, text 2 is the economic summary. You can see that the first block is similarities, second the differences, the third is highlighted statistical information in a comparison table. Let's just say in the first block, the similarities, we can see the descriptions are quite close to each other. Like you can see here, with the transcript discusses the growth of 0.3% in Q1 and Q2 2024 driven by service. In text 2, we mentioned slow growth in Q2 compared to Q1, but also 0.3 growth. So there is not very significant difference. And if we check the difference part, you see the interest rate changes in the transcript focuses on potential for future rate cuts. And in text 2, no changes in interest rate, keeping them at restrictive levels. So we can see here we either witness the hallucination of the model or the summarization capability is not ideal. Then we check the statistical part. My original intent was not to ask it to compare the economic data here. I want to see the statistical comparison between the two text blocks. Anyway, this table it presents here. I see some differences. I think it is also good, but I'm going to improve the analysis in the later part. So I was asking how is the general sentiment of the two docs differing from each other. So I'm asking the model to do sentiment analysis. As you can see here, it starts to analyze text block of the transcript and of the original doc. For example, like this one, you see there's tone, sentiment, perspective, in 3 parts. And there is the overall summarization of the difference of the sentiment. Like the transcript feels more accessible and mildly optimistic, and the official document seems more serious, cautious, and slightly concerned. And now we see how would it rate the podcast on each paragraph. The engagement level, fact presentation level, information cross-check level, professionalism as a podcaster, and professionalism as an economist. So here we see the paragraph by paragraph evaluation, and starting from the first one, we see all the metrics evaluated by GPT-4 model. Let's see. Until the end, it does a job as a data analyst, so I do not do any additional coding. So there was a bar chart here, but now since I reload my conversation history, it does not show again. Now let's see. I also asked it to offer the error bar chart. It looks not so clear. However, we have the rating table in a CSV file, so we can download and manipulate further. So I just describe further my request, ask you to improve. Okay, so this one looks much better. So we can see the general engagement level is ranging from which level to another level. And now I can see, in generally speaking, we can see the fact presentation level and professionalism as a podcast are in general higher than the other measurements. Okay, now I further improve the visualization. If we put it horizontally, we can see the different metrics compared with each other. Okay, so we see the professionalism as a podcaster has reached a higher score in general, so which means that it is more skewed to the higher level, which is what I expected. And in the other metrics, you can see the scores range is skewed to a lower range, and the span is larger. Okay, like the professionalism as an economist. So basically, some of the comments or claims are not as professional as an economist, but sometimes it can also make an accurate claim. Yeah. So with the visual, I think it's very easy to judge models. So now I wanted to get a histogram and further smooth it, and here we see the final result of a KDE plot. So as I said, you can see the different distribution of the scores and how they are skewed and which is the density of the specific score. For example, like this pink line, I think is the professionalism as a podcaster, as I said before. And then we see most of the score, the average score is around 8 points, which is around 8 points, which is higher than the other categories, and is skewed to the positive level. Okay, so with these visuals, we now can say that using different models to evaluate the outputs of another model is a very good way to give us the first impression of how the models perform. However, if you could get multiple models to work on the same evaluation, it would be better. For example, if you have some free models in localhost, for example, you don't have GPT-4, you can generate the matrix or the text evaluation information, then summarize it to a data table, then utilize Python in local environment to do the analytics. Utilizing ChatGPT or other online tool is going just to speed up your process of analysis, but I always recommend you to be cautious to interpret all the results. I wish you like this video, and just to summarize, we have a way to evaluate the outputs, especially the audio outputs of another model with ChatGPT. If you like my video, please give it a like. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.